Welcome to the call, and this is Ernest ODell with Instant Rewards Network and Instant Money Network. Mainly, we're going to be concentrating on Instant Rewards Network tonight because Instant Rewards and Instant Money and IMN, they're all connected into the Instant Rewards offer site. And I've got IMN1. IMN1. Okay. So let me get this and get back over to my Facebook and get logged in here. And I'll start sharing my screen here real quick. Okay. Get logged into the Facebook group real quick and start sharing my screen. Take it off of Splash. Okay. A real quick heads up for everybody that has joined the official Facebook group. Right here, at the top of the group, there's a section called Files. You see my little mouse. If you click on that link, it'll take you over to a list and a directory of files here. If you click on this first link, Getting Started with Instant Rewards Network, and you can read through this and see right there at the top, it's just, some notes about the training site over at IMN Marketer. There's a lot of training material there. And then down here on this website, click on that, and it'll bring up post your ads on hundreds of free classified ad sites. There's a directory of free classified ad sites. Some of them are you can upgrade on some of these sites and pay for a featured ad. With Quick Ad, you can pay like $5 for 30 days. With Ad Post, you can pay $9.99 in 4 different categories for a total of $39.96, and they'll run your ad for 6 months. Okay. So this is what we were talking about earlier. It seems repetitious just to post a bunch of ads, and a lot of people don't know where to get started. So, let's go to Instant IMN Marketer.com. Screencast-O-Matic, this is another tool that you'll probably want to look at getting later on when you start building your team and working with your team. You can create tutorials on Screencast-O-Matic. Right here in the IMN Marketer training, top in the middle, Advertising 101, free classified ad sites. There's a little list. It's not clickable, but there's a small list of some 20 different classified ad sites that you can use besides Craigslist. Don't get hung up on Craigslist. If you get flagged and ghosted on Craigslist, don't lose sleep over them. There's plenty others out there, and that's why Yeah, I have Craigslist on here, right here. There's Craigslist on this list, but you see it's in there with the top 25, so there's plenty others. And scroll down, you'll see there's probably about another 50 sites. And there's a, little instruction down here, okay? I'll put that in the chat box over here on the audience chat box. If you need the immediate link to it, you can take that and click it and bookmark it. But you'll find this back here in the Instant Rewards official Facebook group, okay, and in the Getting Started link. We added a new page here just a few weeks ago on pinging services, and I've done a little video on that. Now, right here, since we've covered some of this material on getting started with Instant Rewards, first things first, always watch your tutorials, okay, in the Instant Rewards system. Here's Instant Money Network. Here's the IMN1 network. They have the same interface, just different databases and lead autoresponder systems. The same system is being used, okay, in all three of these networks. And what they're using is the LCPS system, the Lead Capture Page Systems.com software. If you go down here to the bottom, you can click on Control Panel, or you can go directly to your Instant Rewards link by typing in instantrewardsnetwork.com/admin, and then it would take you to the login page, okay? And once you get logged in, you can watch this video if you haven't watched it before. Grab your marketing link, set up your status check, make sure that you're synchronized with all your Instant Rewards accounts, and then come in here and make sure you've got your system set up here. Okay, and this is where you would catch your personal info and make sure that's all put together properly. Here you can see your stats. You can look at your stats from the daily, the month. You can look at campaign stats and see what you've done today. I haven't been real busy today. I've been doing a lot of other stuff. And then your page stats, and you can see how many emails have been sent out. I sent out 8 emails today because these were basically follow-ups, since I really didn't get any email. I didn't get any sign-ups today. Otherwise, they'd be showing up here. Okay. And then, of course, you can go over here and view your leads. Click on that View Leads, and you can use this drop down here to change over to different areas, or go back to your account and look at the capture pages. I'm using the one here in the middle for the stay-at-home mom with the girl climbing on her mommy's back and the money flying out of the computer. And it's a very good page. It's got your contact info, email address, and your name. If you don't want to use that, then you might take a look at using a different one that doesn't have your contact info on it, and use something, like this here with the proof pics as your default page. Okay, and you would do that by clicking this little black bar down here and making it primary. But this is my primary page. There's 17 pages, They have a variety of pages. All you have to do is click on the thumbnail to do a preview and to see which one of these pages would you prefer to use. You can test them, and then of course you can make it your primary. So when you send people to your advertising link, in my case, instantrewardsnetwork./DMS group, it would take them over here to the default page where I've got this set up as my default. Okay. So let's go back to the admin login, and I'm going to take this. And the same thing applies here with Instant Money Network. If somebody's using Instant Money Network, they're going to come here and they're going to see my number up here. Okay, that's my number. And then I've got Instant Rewards Network login panel, Instant Money Network login panel, and over here I've got IMN1, and DMS group is pretty much common for my identifier. Why they call it the IMN1 is because you're only promoting one offer at a time. You're not promoting a combo. So let's go in and find our login admin, okay? And you can, of course, log in. See, I just signed up under Anthony yesterday on this. So they have like a bare bones, I think it was Anthony or ODell I signed up under. They don't have too much here, so I'm not going to go over that. I'm going to go ahead and log out and go back to the login page. And let's go over here and go to the starter. Starter.instantrewards.net. The difference between these, you have instantrewardsnetwork.com, instantmoneynetwork.com, imn1.com, and then over here, I'm going to just bring that tab over here for instantrewards.net. And if I just wanted to go to the top of their directory, I'd go to their full directory right here and see their network of offerings. There's like 15 different networks within the Instant Rewards offer sites. Okay, you've got the starter, the easy, PayPal, 60, 80, 120, games, gift cards, cameras, laptops, 100, the fast, the quick, the 50, and the 10. Basically, your starter, okay, pays $20. The easy pays $20. The PayPal, if I'm not mistaken, I think it pays 30 or 40. Pays 40. Okay, it pays 40. The 60, of course, pays 60 plus a $10 bonus. So if you set it up, where if you're working a combo over here in the Instant Rewards or Instant Money has like 5 or 6 different packages that you can promote, okay? But let's just go back over here. Your 80, of course, pays 80. The 60 pays 60 plus a $10 bonus. 100 pays 100, 120. The games, it pays 40. And you can pick you can pick your payment, what you would like. I would just go with a single referral of $40. If you choose any one of these other offers like the PlayStation or the Wii console, then you've got to have like 5 referrals before you can win that, okay? And they would actually take it and, send it to you. Brand new in the box, never been opened PlayStation. You have to have 8 referrals before you can collect. Me, I like to lead with the money, okay? Every time you make a $40, conversion, you get paid. You can go in and log into your site. I'm not qualified on the games yet, but if you had an order, it would be sitting back here waiting on you. It would be waiting on you, and then you could just order the payment. So let's log out of that and go games, gift cards, and there's different promos you can run. Some people like gift cards. It pays $40. Or you can make a custom order, something else of interest. There's a niche out there of people that like gift cards. You can't use them on these offers, but you can you can offer the gift card instant rewards offer site and look at some of the offers that they have. They're all pretty much the same as you have over on the other networks. Okay, they've got the 100-day loans. They've got the Amora Coffee, the Wine Club, Coin Club. Big Fish Games is inactive right now. Brain Buys, Santuco Knife, Cooking Pleasures, Credit Score Pro, creditreport.com, Full Credit. No, it's not. It's a 0.45. But all your blue offers are usually the first page offers that you would see in the login. So if you went into login under gift cards and you went to view offers, everything on the first page is a blue offer. Doesn't mean necessarily that they're premium offers, but usually those are your first page offers. Everything else is a white on page 2, 3, 4, and in some cases 5. Here we've got more offers here. So let's log out of here. You got gift cards, and then you've got cameras, laptops, fast, quick, 50, and 10. The 50 pays 50, of course. The 10 pays 10. So you can just go over here to instantrewards.net, and you can go over there and you can extend under each one of them if you want to promote them. Just make sure you're complete in the ones that you want to promote. I'm complete in the starter and the easy, and I think the PayPal and the 60. About halfway through my 80 because I've been running up against many of the same offers, as everybody does. They run into the same offers. So you can't do the same offers twice in a different network, or even over on Z&Z, which, they promote some of the same companies that we're promoting. You can't do an offer through a different network, with one of these vendors, because they already have you in their system, and they'll just red flag you and say, oh, you're already a member. You can't do it again. So work with the ones you can. Find something that you can easily promote. I found that the starter for 20 and the 60 pays very good because it pays a $10 bonus. And you can make $90 with the starter and the 60. If you complete the 80 and you do the starter and the easy and combo with the 80, you can make 100 to 120. Once you start getting up into the 100 or the 120, then they have to do more offers, okay? Because no one company is going to pay out $100. They're going to split the values up between these companies, and you might end up having to do anywhere from 4 to 8 different offers just to get complete in some of your higher payouts. Okay. Now, getting back over to the Facebook group, in the files section, spend some time watching these when you can. The back office live training introduction, this was back, I think, back around Thanksgiving. If I click this link, yeah, it was back in June of this year, not Thanksgiving last year. So it was uploaded on the 24th of June because I recorded it the night before. And this is one of the channels that you'll definitely want to look into using YouTube to brand yourself and to help your group once your group starts growing. I have another CPA site where I've got, about 1,600 people in my group. I have other CPA sites where I've got 20, 30,000. Okay, and they're all in the autoresponders. So take your time to watch these, learn. Some of them are about an hour long. Some of them are an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You can always go back and watch them later, rewind them, back them up, fast forward. Here's one, completing your registration. Using canned responses on Craigslist through Gmail, using the posting on Craigslist. Over here at the IMN Marketer, go to our Advertising 101, Craigslist posting tips. A lot of people get frustrated with Craigslist. And you'll see the same questions over and over in the Instant Rewards Facebook groups. Why are my ads always being flagged? Well, you can come over here and you can read Craigslist posting tips and Craigslist video training and learn some things, what to do, what not to do on Craigslist. If you go over to Craigslist, and I'll just go over to Craigslist right here real quick, and I'll just tell you, you want to learn how to use Craigslist? Right here, top link, help, frequently asked questions, abuse, and legal. All right, and then the terms of use. These two right here are very important. If you want to learn how Craigslist operates, read the help, FAQ, abuse, legal, and then the terms of use. Okay. You can always read the others. The nearby CL does not necessarily mean that you can post in these cities. If I'm in Lubbock, it's going to show nearby to me, but I can guarantee you I cannot post in El Paso. Why? Because it's against their terms of use. You have to post locally within your area. Now, Washington, D.C., you would, for example, go to U.S. cities, Washington, D.C., the nearby areas that you could probably post up there in Washington, D.C. You might get away with posting in southern Maryland, maybe Eastern Shore, Eastern West Virginia, and Delaware, Cumberland Valley. You start getting up, well, Annapolis, I guess that's okay. Allentown, you're probably getting out of your area. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, you're definitely going to be getting out of the IP area. The only reason they put this nearby CL up here is for people who are searching, not for people who are posting. Okay, so let's go back to my Lubbock. if I'm looking for a job and I'm looking to move, and let's say I'm just looking for something in my area, okay, between Lubbock and Tulsa, it's a 10-hour drive and over 480 miles, okay, so it's definitely not in my area, but I could search in the nearby area for a job. If I wanted to search in San Angelo, San Antonio, San Marcos, they're all pretty much in the same area. Santa Fe is not. Santa Fe is over New Mexico. Southwest Kansas, Southwest Texas is down there in Brewster County, down by El Paso. Okay, Del Rio is down on the border, almost due south of me, and then of course El Paso in El Paso County, right there above Juarez. All right, Ciudad Juarez, definitely not in my area. It's across the border. Now, Clovis Portales is just right over here west of me, about an hour's drive. I can get to Clovis and Portales and Dora in anywhere between 1 or 2 hours drive from where I'm at here in west of Lubbock. Okay, Dallas, 5 hours. So this is for people who are searching for jobs. Don't ever misinterpret this nearby CL as a place where you can post. If you post outside of your area and you get flagged or ghosted, then you'll understand why. Okay, so don't come over here, to the groups and whining and moaning that I got flagged and I got busted on Craigslist. So now you know. Okay, play by their rules and you'll be all right. Don't use certain red flag words like work at home. You might use the ampersand, but be careful how you word your ads. Don't use the same ad title. This is why you want to go over here and read Craigslist posting tips, Craigslist video training, okay? In the getting started, okay? You want to look at your basic, the basics, marketing, Craigslist marketing, Facebook marketing, Facebook timeline marketing, powerful Facebook strategies. I've done videos on this. Forum marketing, outsourcing. I've got some people over in the Philippines that outsource for me, okay? They place ads. They're paid on production only. I don't have them log into a timekeeping system. I don't track their work. I pay them by production only. So everything I do is performance. I pay for performance. You can outsource in some areas through Odesk or Fiverr, and depending on what kind of outsource project you have. But if you're going to have somebody just post ads for you, pay them on production, because the only time they get paid is when I get paid. When I see money come in from Instant Rewards on one of these networks, I've got one girl that posts for the Instant Money Network. She's the only one posting. I've got another one that I'm going to set up to post for me over on IMN1. They can post the ads, okay? They just can't participate and they can't collect. So I can pay them out of my pocket. When I collect, they get paid. I've worked out a deal with one of them that, if I get a starter, I'll pay them the $20. Okay, it doesn't matter if I make a lot of money off of that starter or not. Okay, if that lead, and I do all the heavy lifting on this end. I do the calling and I do the follow-up. And of course, the autoresponder does a lot of the work too. Okay, so if they come in and they do the upgrade on the combo for the 60 or the 80, then what I'll do is I'll split this 50-50 with my outsourcer. Okay, so I get $10 bonus, I'll pay them $35. If I get paid $80 on the 80, then I would give them another $40 on top of the starter. And trust me, folks, if you're working with people in the Philippines, there's ways to work with them. It's a different culture over there. They're good people, but you know, there's certain rules and cultures that you need to learn about working with outsourcers in different areas. You can do something local if you want to just go to Craigslist and advertise for somebody to outsource. Well, this is the whole reason why we're offering them this right here. So why don't they just go ahead and take the 100% commissions? That would make more sense. Now, over in the Philippines or Africa or Lebanon or in these other foreign countries, they can't participate in this. So it would stand to reason why you would want to, pay them on performance. But, when I talk to people in Lubbock, and this is where we're going to start getting into our conversation, how to convert people. I can tell them, I can run an ad over here. Let's say customer service. Let me get down here. Here's one of my ads. Need 10 CSR types. I need 10 CSR people with 10 people with CSR experience, $500 to $800 a week average. Must have a high-speed connection. Blah, 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 call or click here to see if you qualify, and it takes them over to another site where they can fill in an ad. This is for a different network, all right? And when I get them on the phone, I talk to them. I said, have you ever worked on commission before? What are you doing right now? What kind of work are you accustomed to doing? You want to qualify them before you try to close them. They say, okay, are you pretty good with, working with the computer and cut, paste, and send? Can you copy, paste, and send, and then paste an ad into an ad site and send it? If they tell you yes, then you want to go and ask them, are you sitting in front of your computer? If they say, no, I'm not, you tell them, well, you cannot fill out this application. You cannot apply at a public IP like a library or anything. You do have to have a home computer. If they don't have a home computer, tell them, I'm sorry, this is not going to be a fit for you. Good luck in your job search, and, take down my name and number and call me when you get a computer, okay? I had a lady over here not too far from me, about 3 miles from where I lived. Her computer, she was still using dial-up, okay? She wasn't even on a DSL. There was just no way she could work with it. It was an old Mac. It was on a dial-up, and I thought, my God, this is back in the Stone Age, And I didn't, I didn't, get rude or brusque with her. I just told her, I said, I'm sorry, but, you just can't do this. You don't have the technological capability. You do need a high-speed connection. This is why I'm very specific with this ad. Let me blow this up, okay? Can you read that? Must have a high-speed connection. Dial-up is not high-speed, okay? Dial-up wasn't high-speed 30 years ago, okay? You cannot watch video orientations on dial-up. So, you've got to understand a little bit about the technology, about what people have at their disposal, all right? So, this is how you qualify. If they have everything, then I take it to the next step. And I ask them, have you ever worked on commission before, in a sales job? Have you ever worked like 50% commission? Which would you rather have, 50% or 100% commission? Most people will tell you, they'll do the math real quick, okay, and they'll tell you, I want 100% commission. And then I'll say, okay, would you like to make $500 or $800 a week average? I'd rather make $800 a week. Okay, I can show you how to do that. When do you want to get started, today or tomorrow? I want to get started today, of course. See, this is how you go through the qualification process, all right? Once you go through the qualification process, you're going to then take them through the process of conversion. What's your email address? You found the ad on Craigslist. Do you have the ad up in front of you? Click reply and reply to the ad, and you're going to, they're either going to reply using their email client or they're going to reply through one of their own line, okay? And here's where I get into automation, okay? Because every one of my ads is triggered off of this subject line right here. Every one of my ads is triggered with a canned response, and it does the work for me automatically. Now, most of the time, I would say something like, reply by email for complete details, and then I'll say, check your email for a confirmation, and check your spam bucket or folder or something like that, okay? So let's just go in there real quick while I'm here, and we'll just do this real quick, and I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Won't take me 5 minutes to do this, okay? Here's needs 10 CSR types. It's already ready for renewal. So let's go ahead and edit. It's in the customer service jobs. And because I've got it coded in with a little bit of HTML markup, this is why I get this link over here that's clickable. All right. Reply by email for complete details. Or call, schedule interview. Okay, let's say reply by email. Let's say bold. I'm going to make that bold and say, check your email for confirmation. And then we're going to I need to come back up here and put a BR in there. That'll put my line break, okay? And it says check your email for confirmation. And we'll put another BR. Or call, schedule interview. Now, let's go ahead and you notice I always leave my specific location empty, and there's a reason for that. You get much broader exposure if you don't put in the city, okay? If you want people to be able to search you on just these keywords, all right, you can also take this and put the title up here, and it would show kind of a duplicate title if you go and look at the ad, need 10, here's your title that you put in the title block, okay, and right here, again, it's showing need 10 CSR types with CSR experience. So, you know, I would want to go back and edit that and correct that because it sounds verbose, all right? And I didn't put a BR. I didn't put a line break in there. Copy this and go back up to here and click continue. Done with images, no images going in. And now it would basically have the same thing here. So I really don't need that in there, but you can do that, okay? Probably not a good idea to do it too much because you don't want to get verbose. I mean, it's going to be searchable off the title, all right? The title of your ad up here, right here, is going to be the searchable part, okay? So let's go ahead and publish that. We've edited. Now let's go back and manage it and renew it, all right, because it's up for renewal. And we go ahead and click renew this posting. Now let's go back to my directory, and you'll see it is now sitting at the top of the list. It's been renewed, and I can click on that and then see it up here. Click it up here, and there it is live. So they're sitting at the computer. You say, are you sitting in front of your computer? They say yes. Do you have the ad in front of you? Yes. Click on the reply button and send me your name and your email address. Okay. Once they do that, then it's going to trigger the response back to them. If you do this manually, then what you want to do is come over here to your email program, okay, and maybe find your reply. And I use Notepad. I use Notepad a lot for putting my replies together. And I'll find, let's see, instant rewards. Let's see. Where's my Craigslist ad? Let's look at my Craigslist recruiting template. There's CL ad. Okay. And basically I would take this and change the verbiage to match pretty much the ad, which says 500 to 800, okay, or come back over here and just grab this, and I'm, you know, duplicating, all right, we don't need to check mail for confirmation. They're going to be looking for that. I'm going to type in the go over here and paste this back in here and change that admin to your ID, okay? Then I would just basically take this right here, copy that, go back over to my email program, paste it in, all right, and do a hard return on your email program, Gmail, Yahoo, whatever, so that it will make it live. All right, so that when they receive it, then it'll be clickable. And then all they have to do is just, reach up there and click it in their email program, and it'll spawn up and open up their browser on that tab, and there they can fill out. Now, when you have them on the phone and you're talking to them, say, all right, you checked your email? Good, great. Click on that link, talk to them, and then fill out the application and watch the video. I'll sit right here, and the first video is like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. I think one of them is 7 minutes, and another one's 14. I'll ask them, do you have about 21 to 30 minutes to watch a couple of orientation videos that can show you how to change your financial future? That's a yes/no question. If they don't have 21 to 30 minutes, then I just tell them straight out. Well, then when you have 21 to 30 minutes, you go back to that email and you check it out, and give me a call back when you're really interested. If they call me back, I'll ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think of this business? If they say anything less than a 5, it tells me that they're pretty much not interested. Okay. Like I said in the phone conversation, I tell them when I go through the qualification process of what are they doing? Would they rather make 800, 500 to 800 a day? Well, you want to start today or tomorrow? You're going to have to fill out a W-9, just like you do when you work on a regular job. You fill out a W-2. Each year we issue a 1099 for income that you make over $600. We report everything to the government. IRS expects you to pay your own taxes. Okay, and that right there is that psychological trigger that tells them this is not a scam, it's not a pyramid, because if the government requires us to pay taxes and they haven't come in with Eric Holder and his goons to shut us down in 9, 10, 15 years, then we're legit. We're not a pyramid. We're not a scam, okay? So take it off of the, just take it away from them. Don't even let them think about it, okay? You just take it off the table. So watch these videos back here. There's probably about 20, 24, 30 hours worth of video watching. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a couple of tutorials down here. Here's one using the graph search, how to join Facebook groups, how to post in Facebook groups, embedding Facebook posts into your websites. This is where you're going to need probably a little bit of experience with HTML, cutting and pasting HTML. And I'm not going to go over that tonight. But now that we've gone over the basics here for about the past hour, you know how to bump your conversions, because when you talk to people and you walk them through and you qualify them, and if they're sitting at their computer and they're ready to get started today, not tomorrow, but today, you're going to find a lot of people will go ahead and join up with you. And you're going to be working with them. Now, I want to show you a few other things here. Okay. When you get over here to this classified ad sites, you've got more classified ad sites over here on page 2. There's a bunch. There's 2 columns here. Okay. Webinars on air. You can do a 7-day free trial with them. They're a little bit cheaper than GoToMeeting. I'm using GoToMeeting from Citrix. It's $49 a month. It's a little bit more powerful. Webinars on air is a good little program if you want to do some webinars. If you want to use Google Hangouts, go over to YouTube. Okay. log into your YouTube account. Pick your channel. If you don't have a channel, set one up, okay? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. That's just the ones I got listed. Cookied in. I've got a total of 8 different channels. Here, okay, on this particular channel, if you go over here and I click on all my channels, I've got actually 5 channels, okay, just under one email address. So you can create a lot of channels. You can create private channels, non-public, but I'm just going to go to my public channels, okay? And right here, I'd go to my video manager and see the listing of all the videos that I've uploaded. Most of these are instant rewards because you can always tell by the little thumbnail here. So let's get back up here and sign out. And if I go to DMS, or if I go to youtube.com/DMS Groupster, then it's going to take you up to my channel lead, and then I'm going to click on videos. That'll show the recent uploads, and if I click on videos, then it'll show a directory of all the videos. I've been one busy little beaver here, okay? I do about 4 a week just on instant rewards and a couple of others. With instant rewards, we do Wednesday and Saturday, so those 2 a week there. Plus, I do another 2 a week over on another network and 2 for my institute. So I'm doing at least 6 videos per week. And this right here is just, kind of a scraping the top of the mountaintop. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Here's one last week, 2 hours and 26 minutes. This was that generating free traffic. I did a little tutorial there. You'll find, and I'm going to send you guys a link. A lot of people have found me through YouTube, and they found instant rewards through YouTube, because when I upload these videos, I put them in their keyword rich. When people look for instant rewards training, they can do a search on YouTube or Google, all right? And they're going to find, most likely, my channel. So if we go over here and do a search and say instant rewards training, they're going to find right here. Let's go up to instant rewards training videos. You don't see none of my thumbnails in there. But if you say instant rewards back office live training, okay, then the whole page is mine, okay? Why? Because the instant rewards network back office live training is all part of those keywords in the title. So this is something that, I've taught in other videos. So take a cue that if you start using instant rewards and YouTube videos, you can also use the Google Hangout to do a recording. So let's go up here and, you can do local stuff for your group. You can click on upload, and then you would click on Google Hangouts and start going through the broadcast, and it would set up a broadcast for you, okay? It would start loading the Google Hangout software plug-in, and then you would name it, and you would give it a keyword-rich name, and then you would start the Hangout on air or exit the setup. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and stop it back here, go back to YouTube and log out. If you go off site, off page, it will not log you out. Okay, so you do have to do the paperwork. You do have to put a bumper sticker on it if you want to, log out. Okay, now, once you get them qualified and you walk them through the process, it shouldn't take you really much more than 3 to 5 minutes in the initial conversation to qualify them. If they're sitting in front of their computer and you walk them through, you can probably spend about another 5 or 10 minutes for a total of 15 minutes. Once they get through that qualification process of doing the first offer on starter, then you can tell them they can give themselves a raise and go to the 60 in the email or the 80, whichever ones you're promoting. Okay. And then, if they need help, they'll call you back and you can walk them through it, because once they've done one, they all operate the same way. You just, click on the link that, you send them. They click on the link that their sponsor sends them. And you go down here and it says referred by, and if they're using your link, it'll show your name and your number in there. Okay. Now, since I'm using the default network here, it's not going to show a name and a number up here. If I was to use mine, which are embedded in the emails, then it would show you are being referred by Ernest, and then it would show my number up there. So just realize that once you get set up in here, you do get plugged in. It's pretty much automated. Here's where this becomes very powerful. Okay, when you get into your autoresponder messages, you can really goof these up if you don't know what you're doing. If you mess up your autoresponder messages, you can always come back in here and reload them and overwrite everything. They're pretty basic. Okay. The link is not set up to be clickable. You will have to go back in and make it clickable, in the editor. All right. Let's go back here. So if you screw up, your messages back here and you botch one, you can do one of two things in the editing process. You can be in the editor and really mess up a message, and if you don't want to save it, just go off page, okay, and it won't save it. Go back to the edit auto response, go back and fix, and then save it, because once you do your changes in the editor, all right, and then you click update, that's going to save any changes you made to it. All right, I'm just going to take this off page right now. So the autoresponder is set up to do a lot of the heavy lifting. This is why over here on the Instant Money Network, my outsourcer, and I've showed them this, okay, all these leads here, got one on 9/11, okay, two actually. This right here, and I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 3. I've got 3 test leads in here. So you can do a broadcast once a day. So when I've got my outsourcer working on this, doing this, if they don't put a real phone number in there, I'm going to look and see if they've opened up an email. If they don't open up an email, I might send out a broadcast. If I don't see where they've opened up any broadcast, I come over here and look. If they got a bunch of zeros here, That means they haven't opened up any of their emails. I may end up just putting them in the inactive. I may end up, deleting them. It depends. Okay. This your phone number is a default message that goes in there when they don't put in a phone number. It's blank. Okay. So it's not like they're trying to be funny or anything. If you see some of my test messages in there with BR549, that's where I'm being funny. And if you see somebody in there in my lead group under the name of Elmer Dinkeldorf or Leroy Brown or Jeb or Roy Mercer or something like that, then it's just a test message. So these are not real people. These right here are just 3 test messages that I was sending to test the system and make sure that my lead capture form was set up right. But I can have somebody do this program for me. I can send them my link to do the work for me, and I can send them a link with a special code on it. Okay. So if I wanted to send somebody over to http://imn1.com/DMS group. See. I could send something like that. Copy. All right. Go back over here, open up another tab, put that in, paste and go. It's going to take them over to my site. Okay. So it's like I've created a pseudo affiliate link. All right. Specifically for them. So if I set this up through a tracking system with analytics, I can track their ads where it's coming through. So I can put their own code in there. I can put a different code in there. I can put something like a mix of numbers and characters, and it's still going to send them back over to my site. Okay. So this is why using these little affiliate type links is helpful for tracking if you're working with an outsourcer. But yes, they can do something like that. Now here I can take that ad, and it's already set up on a trigger, and I can email that back to them through my email program. I can have them on the phone. So we've got them on the phone. They've got the email. They've got the link. I'll just do start a new email to them, and I want to email them to let's see, who would I send it over to? Sales info at questrpc.com and say instant rewards application, or go back over here to the ad and just copy this and put that in here, go up here, grab this, come back up here and overwrite that. Oh, let's leave that in there. Okay. And let's say their name is Irving. Hi, Irving. Here's the information we discussed on the phone. Ernest. Okay? Now, bold it, go down here, go to the end, and send it to them. All right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and send this because that's my email address. All right? And close this. I'm going to keep that. And send. And let's do a poll real quick. And here it is. Okay. It says, hi, Irving. Here's the information we discussed on the phone. And this would be clickable. So while I got them on the phone, I've just given them everything. You know, if you don't know how to set up a canned response, go back over here to the Instant Rewards group and you want to look for canned responses, okay? Instant Rewards Network Back Office Live Training using canned responses on Craigslist. Click on that link and go over and watch it. It'll spawn up in another tab. It's an hour and 26 minutes and 50 seconds long. Okay. So, you know, you can learn how to use a canned response. There's okay. Anyway, there's some other videos on YouTube that you can use. Matt Wolf has got some real good ones on Craigslist canned responses. Okay. There's two right here that I've put together. There's one up there for U.S. Home Workforce. Canned responses over here. Gmail canned responses. You can put in Matt Wolf and Christine Wade. Let's see, Matt. I know he's in here somewhere. But there's, yeah, here he is, down here. Turn Gmail into an autoresponder with canned responses. He's about 5.5 minutes. Vicky Berry and some of the others, they're real good on this, okay? Anything with the instant rewards of the U.S. Home Workforce is my work, okay? So you can find a lot of stuff on YouTube. Now, I'm not going to take you any further than this because I've got a lot of material to cover, but I don't want to keep you up too late tonight. I hope this has been helpful for those of you who are new to the program. I'm going to open up the mic, and if anybody has any questions, just speak up and and let me know. Let's see, I need to. I got some loudspeakers over there. Okay. Anybody got a question, they can raise their hand. I'm going to put them all on mute. Getting some feedback. Okay. Anybody got any questions? You can type into the chat window on the control panel. on the upper right hand side of your screen, and if you have any questions, just type in a question or just say yes, raise your hand, and I'll unmute you and I'll let you talk. If not, I'm going to call this the end. Debbie, I want to thank you for showing up, and hope this has been helpful for getting some of the new people started. We've covered a lot of things over the past that I've already done over here in the group. I would say spend some time, if you can watch 1 or 2 videos a day, going through these tutorials and the replays. And then, of course, come to the webinars as often as possible for live training, and we'll do some tutorials. A lot of times I'll do tutorials offline, and I'll post them up here in this section. I've got one that I've got to do tonight. It's let's see here. My recent documents. I did some traffic voodoo and 10 ways to get free traffic to your website. This right here that I'm pulling up would probably take me another hour to do the presentation. So I don't want to keep you guys on here for 2.5 hours. We've already gone over a half hour now. I try to keep these presentations down to 1 hour, but sometimes we do get into a lot of question and answer, and we've been, we were 15 minutes late getting started. But it's like this right here. Let's say, I want to make sure that's saved. 10 ways, and let's see if I can't find that real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We'll do this on another presentation. Instant rewards. Where did I put this? Put this over on Instant Rewards Generating Free Traffic folder. Okay. Let's see. Generating free traffic. Here it is. 10 ways. I've already done one on the generating free traffic, so I'm going to do one on the 10 ways. Here's another little tool that you guys can create down and dirty, ugly presentations. If you don't want to put it together in a PDF or not PDF, but PowerPoint, download OpenOffice at openoffice.org. Install it, because then you can save these in Word format. You can do a save as. You can put these in Word format. You can create PowerPoint presentations and spreadsheets. You can save it as a default OpenOffice ODF format. Then what's neat about this is if you have any links in it, you can create it on the fly, export it directly to PDF. They have a license with Adobe PDF Reader. and you can make a PDF. And that's what I've done here. I made it a PDF. You do a Control L, okay, and now you have basically a presentation that all you have to do is left click to change pages, right click to back up, okay, and just take them through your presentation. And I've still got some editing to do on this, and then Control L to back out of it and then close it, okay, and I'll close this because I've got to do some cleanup on this. So this is a powerful tool, openoffice.org. You can come down here, install OpenOffice. You can create Word documents, text documents, spreadsheets, presentations, drawings. You can even create a database. If you know how to do a little programming in database and set up your, love free tools. Free is good. I like the price. I definitely, you can create formulas, you can create templates, you can make your own stuff, okay? And always leave my quick starter running so I can right click on it, or I can double click my quick starter and then, just go up and tell it what I want to do, all right? But you'll see me using this a lot, okay? Free tools. I got all kinds of free tools. I got all kinds of free stuff. And that's the name of this game right here, okay? It's free, all right? Is there a little cost to do the offers? Some of them, yeah, okay. Log into the 60 here, okay. You've got some of these offers that are free, and that's the whole point. If they want to try one, they can try them. Cost is $1 on some. Some of these are free. Some are cheap, $1.99, $4.95. Do they have to keep it? No, not necessarily. Now, if you sign up for GoDaddy hosting, they expect you to stay in there for at least a year. And frankly, folks, I got a website over here. Okay, I want to show you something. I just moved this website over. Questar Capital Ventures. I think they've got it connected up. Okay, not quite. All right, let me go into cPanel. All right, there, I can go into my cPanel. I can go into my control panel now. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you Questar Venture Capital, which is a mirror site. I got QuestarVentureCapital.com and QuestarCapitalVentures.com. I had, within 24 hours, I had a couple of people that came in and wanted to buy these domains from me. Within 24 hours, they were offering me $30,000 a piece for these domains. Okay, these domains right here, and what I've got them plugged into, redirecting them over to Forex and binary options. All right, these domains right here have the potential of pulling in anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000 a day. I'm not saying per month. I'm saying not per week, but $8,000 to $20,000 per day. Okay, I haven't hit that yet, but if you do the numbers, open up your calculator. All right, 8,000 times 30 days. Is that right? 8,000 times 30 days is $250,000. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, yeah, $250,000 a month, $240,000 a month. Not quite $250,000. All right. If you're doing $20,000 a day times 30 days, then you're probably looking at $600,000 a month. That's per month, folks. Okay, there's big money. So I tell people, if you come over here, and you get into hosting with, like HostGator or oneandone.com. You can go to oneandone.com. You can get hosting with them. You can get hosting over at GoDaddy. Okay. I've got a link up here on this classified ad site, domain and hosting services. Now, GoDaddy is one of, they are the biggest worldwide. They are the largest domain registrar and hosting service. Okay. This company over here that I'm with is a custom company that I'm working with. Okay. They work in several different languages. But with GoDaddy, okay, I'm going to have to put this video on hold. All right. But this right here, GoDaddy is, sometimes the only solution you got to get past ghosting. But you can do a lot more. Here's the thing about having your own domain, okay? I can log into my cPanel and I can create folders. I can create a folder like questarcapitalventures.com, Ernest recommends. And I can create separate folders with different index tabs in there. I can say Questar Capital Ventures, mobile money. I can create a folder there and put some content in there, and it's monetized. Folks, I'm telling you, if people don't have enough money, to believe in themselves and invest in themselves and spend $4.95 to get set up for only $4.95, and then they can, get a hosting package with GoDaddy or HostGator, and run like a web WordPress site to spend $50 or $100 a year. Look at some of the web hosting plans starting at $3.96 a month. That's for like a 3-year package. You can get the baby plan over here for $6.36 a month. Okay. You get unlimited domains, subdomains, disk space, bandwidth, shared SSL certificates. This is a good plan. Okay. This is just a single domain on the Hatchling. The business plan, it's a little stronger. It's got private secure socket layer and IP. This is on a shared secure socket layer certificate. You can get something like this as low as 3 years. You can go $10.36 a month. Over here, you can go for 3 years at $6.36 a month on this plan and get a 20% off. Okay. So you've got GoDaddy, you've got Hosting Nation, HOSTING-nation.com. Hosting Nation I've been using for about 15 years. Bunch of good guys up in Vancouver, BC, Canadian company. Web hosting starting at just $6.95 per month. What's 7 times 12? That's 84 or $94. $7.70 and 14 is $84. So $84 a year. Okay. To give you the potential to make $2,000 or $3,000 a day, $8,000 a day, let me see how fast I can pull that $50 bill out of my pocket, okay, to get set up. If people, you know, if they can't see the value of investing in themselves, then, you know, you've probably qualified them. So if they got a problem with doing $1 or doing $3.96 or doing a free, you know, and trying it out, they don't have to keep it. If they decide to keep it, then, you know, they go on that plan month to month. Here's one. You like to learn a foreign language? Pimsleur. I've got 2 courses sitting over here on my desk, one in Hebrew and another one in Arabic, Eastern Syrian. At one time I was fluent, you know, to an extent. I could start international incidents, and, you know, I learned all the bad words when I was a kid growing up in North Africa, but that's a different story. So, you know, it's stuff like this, okay, you guys. There's a lot of free stuff here. We like free. Get free when you can. But, you know, invest in yourself. When you're running a business, you know, and you got people that don't see the value, then you know what? Maybe just, you know, maybe that's not their cup of tea, and you just need to wish them, you know, good luck in your job search and move on. Okay? Don't try to sell this business. You don't have to. When you qualify them and you can get them bumped up and convert, I've got people converting on these other systems, you know, that just, you know, they come in 1 or 2 a day. Sometimes they do both offers. Sometimes they take 2 or 3 days to do all 2, 3, 4, and some of them 6 offers, 6 different networks, okay? Because I run more than just instant rewards. I also have some other offer sites, you know, like Paradise Freebies, Treasure Chest Loot, My Cash Freebies, ZNZ. So, you know, I've got these ads, you know, that run over here on the classified ad site that I showed you guys earlier. This one here. Go back to page 1. I've got some of these ads that I've paid $5, and some of them I've paid $40 for. The $5 ads that I've paid for over here on Quick Ad, they run 30 days. That's like 22 cents a day. The ads that I posted over here on Ad Post, I paid $39.96 for 6 months. People down the road, 6 months down the road, they're going to see those ads because they're going to get indexed into the search engines. They're going to be around if you've got them tagged and properly keyworded, okay? The same thing over at Backpage. You can pay for Backpage. You can pay for ads over there. You can feature them and upgrade them. You can pay for ads over on Big City. The majority of these sites, I'd say about 98% of these sites are all free. There's a few of them that do allow upgrade featured ads, and then there's one down here, US free ads, that is actually probably more paid than it is free. I haven't seen a free ad on it yet that I could, you know, get into. But use it, post as many free ads, get started, start putting some money in your pocket, help people. And that's the whole key of calling these people or letting them call you. You're going to get a lot of traffic. If you advertise on Craigslist, I'm going to tell you this right now, you're going to get a lot of tire kickers, and you're going to get a lot of people wanting to know if we're registered with the BBB. Better Business Bureau is a scam, okay? If you're not a paid subscriber, then they don't have any information on you. You know, they can't give you a reference because it's like paying off the local mafia, you know, to keep them from busting up your fruit stand. Okay, so I could care less with the BBB. They don't really serve any purpose. We're not registered with the BBB. Instant rewards, I don't think any of these freebie sites are registered with them. Okay, because we're in a totally different genre all by ourselves. We're legitimate. We pay taxes. The government knows about us. If we weren't legitimate, I can guarantee you, folks, they'd be shutting us down yesterday. So, with that said, we've been on here for an hour and a half, and I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, guys. And good night.